Hey everybody, happy Wednesday night. It is Brooke with Re-Fabbed, and it just feels weird. I'm just not used to being on at night like this, but I had a little bit of time, and there are so many things that I want to share with y'all about my trip to Europe. We were in France and Italy. If you've been following along, you know that. We were there for 3 weeks, and then we were in Washington, D.C. for a week for a work thing. But France and Italy for 3 weeks. So if you followed my Instagram, my travel Instagram, you saw all that I shared there. I shared every single day on there, and I wrote about things. I shared lots of pictures. So it was really, really fun. But I haven't gotten to come live and talk to y'all. And I plan to do another live tomorrow where I'm going to tell you a lot more in detail about the actual trip and about some things that I realized were like my must-haves, some things that I would want to relay to anybody going, all that kind of stuff. But today, one thing that I promised in all of my stories, because everybody kept asking, is tell us what you get while you're there. Tell us what you get while you're there. Because if you remember, I took carry-ons only. Every single one of us took carry-ons only. I shared a whole pack-in haul, not a pack-in haul, but I shared a whole video of showing you what my suitcase looked like, how big it was, my underseater, all that kind of stuff, and showed some necessities that I was taking. We did really good with that. We took only carry-ons the whole time. One thing that we did do is we stuffed a duffel bag into one of the suitcases, and it folds up. It's like a really thin duffel bag. We got it before we went to Hawaii last year, and we put dirty clothes in that coming back. So we did check that coming back. Other than that, all the weeks that we were there, it was back and forth with carry-ons only, and everything that I bought, I had to be super strategic about because it had to be pretty small. I could probably have shipped stuff home, but I chose not to do that this time because I just wasn't real sure about everything. But I want to show you some things I got. I didn't get an overabundance of stuff. I didn't go crazy. I wanted to. I wanted to get way more than I did. Let me tell you that. I wanted way, way more. And I saw so many neat things. But I'm just going to show you the few things that I did get. There is one dress that it's somewhere. I don't know where it is. So it's not in here, but everything else is pretty much right here. So I'm going to start with Paris. I try to get ornaments everywhere I go. I want to say this too, because this will be like DIY stuff. I try to get ornaments everywhere I go because I love my travel tree and I love thinking about them as I do that. Y'all probably seen my videos where I'm decorating my travel tree and all that. I did not get a ornament in Paris. I looked a bunch of places. I never could find anything. And we were only there for a day and a half, and it was the most whirlwind trip ever in Paris, okay? We lost a full day because of our flight getting delayed and all this stuff. So we lost the whole day. We were supposed to have 2.5 days, which is still a quick time in Paris. So I never was able to find an ornament. But for the places I didn't get ornaments, I'm going to DIY some. I've got lots of cool pictures from the places, and I'm going to DIY ornaments for those. So y'all just be sure to follow along because I'm sure that's something I'm going to do in Christmas in July, and it's going to be fun. But in Paris, I did get one thing, and I know that's surprising, but I went in a little thrift store, y'all. Okay, y'all know I'm obsessed with thrift stores. I went into a little Parisian thrift store, and if you've ever been to Europe, you know that, well, this was France and Italy. There's a lot more to Europe than France and Italy, but in that area, they wear a lot of little scarves around their neck. Like it's a very popular thing to do. So I got some little scarves from a thrift store. They were like €5. So they were really cheap. And I thought they were so pretty. And so you probably saw them in my pictures. This one's like a little thin one. I loved the blue. Look at it. Isn't that pretty? They were like €5. And it was an easy thing to buy because it was lightweight, didn't take up any room in my luggage. So I thought that was a really good thing to get. So I tried to opt for dang it, I'm forgetting something else that I wanted to show y'all. I'll have to do that separately because I did get 2 more things in Paris that I just remembered. A really cool pair of earrings that were handmade and this really cool bracelet. I just realized that. So let me just show y'all what I got because I'll just have to do that another time. But I got this from the thrift store and then I got these 2. So I got 3 little scarves and I wore them all while I was there. Look at this. So I love the blue one. I love how it was thin, super cute. And then I got this one. And like, it looks European. Like, isn't that pretty? I just thought that was so pretty, y'all. I loved the colors. I loved all of that. All of these were €5 each. And if you're not, familiar, the euro is worth a little bit more than our US dollar. So, and this was made in Italy. So I thought this one was pretty too. I thought the colors were really pretty on it. So it's probably here, it'd be like $5.50, something like that. But isn't that pretty? So I got those 3 at a thrift store in Paris. That's all I got in Paris besides the 2 other things that I just realized I don't have over here with me. I'll show those separate, but they are 2 of my favorite things, but I'll do that later. These will not be in order. I can't do them in order. But after Paris, we went to Tours, okay? Tours. And that's the one with the castles and stuff that I've blogged about. I've not blogged about all these places yet. But all I got was a couple ornaments from there. This one's not that cute, but it was at one of the castles, and it's not bad. But it was very, very easy to carry. It was only like $10 or $15, and it reminded me of the castle. And I'm just trying to be very smart with what I bought there. So I got this from the first castle we went to, and I can't remember the name of it right off. And then the second castle I got, this was Chambord. And I know I don't say these names right, but I thought it was pretty. Well, actually, this was the first castle we went to. This was the second castle. Sorry about that. But I loved it because I love the blue. It's just so popular now, and I just love it. And they wrapped it really good and they put it in this thing, and I had room for it. So I went ahead and got a little bit nicer one this time, but I thought it was really pretty and I loved the picture of the castle on it. So that's what I got in that area when we were there in France. So we went to Paris first, then we went over to Tours, and, that's the name of it, in Loire Valley. Saw the castles. That's what I got there. That's all I got there. Then from there, we went to, where did we go? Provence. Not Provence, like I say. It's like Provence. But anyway, we went there. And what I got there, we went to the market. If y'all remember watching my stories, I did stories of us at the market, or not us at the market. I just did stories of the market. And it was a big clothing market, food, I mean, everything. It was everything. It was so awesome. If you're ever in Provence, you've got to go to the market. I didn't get much at the market, but I got a dress that's really pretty, another scarf, but this is a little bit different and bigger. You've seen it in my pictures, and I got 2 plates. I almost didn't get these, but I was like, they're flat, I can wrap them in a bunch of clothes, and I can get them back safely. And I did. I got them back safely. And these were just, so the market is set up, that phone is like going nonstop in there. It's Blaze's like iPad or something going off. So if y'all hear that, I'm sorry. But at the market, they had, tons of clothing, fabrics, foods, soaps. I mean, anything you could imagine. But it also had like older antiques. Like there was a bunch of antiques and stuff and all kinds of other stuff. So in one of those places is where I got these 2 plates. I think they were €15 each. And this is English porcelain. And it is just so pretty, y'all. Look at that. Y'all know I love colorful stuff. Y'all know I love plates. I've had it in my mind for years to do a really pretty plate wall one day. So I still hope to get to do that one day. But look how pretty this was. And this is just not something you go buy at Home Goods. You know what I mean? Like I wanted something to remember that area. And I didn't get an ornament there or anything. I'll do something, but I got this plate right here and I thought it was beautiful. Like I said, I think they were like 15 euros each. On the back, it says English porcelain 3969. If y'all know anything about that, I don't. I just thought it was beautiful. So I got that one and I got one more. Y'all, these are the first time I'm opening these since we got back. So y'all are seeing them with me. Oh yeah, I did love this one. I couldn't remember what it looked like. Yeah, I really love this one. It was 15 euros also. And look at this one. The blues, y'all know it's my favorite color, and the pinks. And it is, I don't know, like it's got all these special things on the back. I don't know what any of it means. I just thought it was a beautiful plate. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I love you, Asher. My little buddy Asher's watching and he said, I love you, Aunt Bee. I love you, Asher. I miss you, buddy. So look, these are the two plates I got. I think they're absolutely stunning. I think that's a great choice. And I hope you're inspired, because when you go overseas like this and you're only using carry-ons, it is really hard. Well, it is for me, to like not overdo it with like wanting to buy so many things, because there are shops everywhere you turn. So I was really trying to be strategic with what I bought, why I was buying it, and all that. And I think I did pretty good. So I got that at Market. And then I got this dress. Some of y'all saw it in my stories or somewhere and y'all were commenting on it. A lot of people were on my Instagram, my travel Instagram. So make sure you're following that if you're not. But I got this dress and it is just beautiful. It was from the Market. And I'm not even one that wears a lot of dresses, but I have really been trying to kind of start a little more. But I just love it. And it's not low cut or anything. It looks like it is, but it's not. But isn't this beautiful? Like, I just thought it was just a beautiful pattern, something really unique. It's lightweight, so I was able to pack it easily. I wore it while I was there, and I loved it. Another thing I got at that Market was this scarf. So it's much bigger. I was in love with the pattern. It looks just like me. Is this not so beautiful? It's silk. And I just fell in love with it. I thought it was so pretty. So I wore this probably 3 or 4 times on my trip. For one, you get tired of all your clothes, because after that long, you're just re-wearing and you're mixing and matching. So things like scarves can change up the outfit. And so I got this and I wore it. I was in the picture that you saw the other day where I was telling you about how my blog is not being seen. I had it on with that and a white t-shirt and some linen pants. I had it on with the yellow dress when I was in Murano. I had it on, with the yellow dress that was sleeveless. When you are over there, you're not supposed to go into a church with your shoulders exposed. It's just not good courtesy. It's just not, So I had this on and then I covered my shoulders like this when I went in. I didn't want to go around like this, even though this is cute, but it was too hot that day. But all I did was like cover my shoulders. That way I could go inside the churches when I needed to that day, even though I had on that sleeveless dress. So this just turned out to be a great thing. And I just absolutely loved this scarf. So really, yeah, cute bathing suit wrap. I can use this for so much. And it'll always remind me of the Market at Provence. So after Provence, where do we go? After Provence, we headed to, I think we headed to Venice, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? So in Venice, I'm missing another thing. I am missing a few items I bought that I'm realizing. But as you know, if you followed my travel Instagram and you've seen my blogs, the Venetian islands, there are several different islands of Venetia. There's Venice, which is the capital or whatever, and that's the big area that most people see with the canals and all that. So neat, beautiful. I'll talk about the trip tomorrow. But there's also a few other islands. I only visited 2, and that was Burano and Murano. Okay, so Murano with the M is known for its glass making, and that is where we went to a glass making place, a factory. We got to watch them and do all that and see their showroom. It was phenomenal, insane. So we went over there, kind of visited around Murano for just a bit, but then we went to Burano. But in Murano, all their glass was spectacular. So you find glass everywhere. Oh, I love you too, Kenna. Bless her heart. So in Venice, you can find glass everywhere. I mean, every single store has glass because that's just what they're known for over there. So in saying all that, when we were in the showroom for the glass factory, I cannot even tell you, I cannot even tell you how many, I mean, it is phenomenal, but it was thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, you know, one of these fabulous glass, wouldn't even match my style in my house, but it was fabulous and phenomenal. Like chandelier would be 100,000, 500,000. Like, I mean, no. And so I saw this piece of art. I'm telling you this because this is my inspiration for what I got. I saw this piece of art. Wasn't that big, maybe like an 8 by 10, but it was matted. And so really only 5 by 7 was being used. And it had all these little pieces of random glass with all these styles put together. And it was just eclectic and so cool. It was like $900. And I'm like, no, I just, no. And so I asked if they would take like a whole lot less. Like I asked them, I forgot even what I offered, and they said no, obviously. So I said, okay. I found a bunch of pieces of glass in a few different stores. And so I took that inspiration. I think I got a picture of it somewhere. If I do a blog about this, I'll show you the original. But I found like little earrings that were glass. I'm not going to use them as earrings, but I'm going to take the back off and use those. I found this piece. And I'm going to make my own version of that. It's going to be smaller because I couldn't get as much glass. But like, look at all these cool pieces of glass. And they're all Murano glass. Every single piece of them is like pure Murano glass. But because they were just a lot of little random pieces like this that weren't, you know, on anything, I got them for really cheap. I'm talking like a couple dollars each or $1 each, like stuff like that. A couple of them were a little more expensive, maybe like $5 for something like this. But I'm going to put them all together and make this really cool piece of art. And you would really need to see them side by side to see how neat they look together. But I'm just showing you each piece. This one's a really cool one. But I found all of these, and I'm going to make a little piece. And I may even make an ornament from Venice, since I didn't get one from there. I did get an ornament from Burano. They are known for lace making, and they're known for all their colorful houses. I got a lace ornament that was handmade by a lady there. I wanted to show you, but I left it in there, so I'll show it to you another time. I liked that. It had the gold, and then this piece right here, this black. So all of those pieces are really cool, and I'm going to make a little piece of art with them combined, which I think will be really cool. Oh, I forgot this piece. This was one more. This was like $20, but I needed another big piece. And look, so I got this piece too. So I thought that was really neat. So altogether, I think for all that glass, I spent around $50 or something. But I would much rather have like the glass that represents that area and make something of it that I can always remember my trip by. So I thought I'll definitely show y'all when I do something with it. For sure. Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention that I got while I was actually in France before I moved to Italy was this. Look how cute this is. This is an ornament. It was handmade by this man that owns a little decor shop. He hand painted them, and I thought it was absolutely adorable. It was from Cassis, a little fishing village, which is why I got this, and I thought that was so stinking cute. Forgot to show y'all that. I also got that there, and one other thing I forgot to show you is I went to a flea market in France too, and I got this ring. And y'all probably remember I showed something about it, but it's just a fun little ring. And I love stuff like that. It's totally Brooke. And so I got this. So I forgot to show you that too. So that's what I got there. And like I said, I got another ornament there that I forgot to show you that I'll show you later. Then after that, we went to the Tuscan countryside. I bought nothing there. That is a whole story in itself about what happened there for another day. I'm not going to go through it here, but got nothing there whatsoever. Now, then we went to Sorrento. We were supposed to go to Rome. We didn't get to go to Rome. Eden was really, really sick. Another story. So we skipped Rome and we went on to Sorrento. I loved Sorrento. The rest of the stuff I got there. I got this ornament there. And they are known for, over there on the Amalfi Coast, all of their lemons. And y'all, if you followed my travel Instagram, I shared tons of pictures. Lemons, lemon groves, lemon trees. Like, it was gorgeous. I cannot even tell you how beautiful it was. So I had to get an ornament that represented lemons. So I got that from Sorrento, where we stayed. And I loved Sorrento. And then I got these tiles that are handmade in Italy, and they spell my name, or they spell Riley. So yes, limoncello, known for that, of course. So R-I, and of course they've got the lemons. Y'all know I love blue. L-E-Y. So I got these little tiles made in Italy, and I've had them wrapped up really good. And I thought they were beautiful. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Obviously, I'm going to make my last name. I'm going to make something. But I just thought that was a really neat thing to take from there. Plus, flat, easy to bring home. They wrapped them super good, and I can make something with them. So even on this trip, I was buying things that I could turn into something for myself, plus just things I liked. So, you know, my old plates that I got from the market, it's just everything. I just love it. So the glass that I'm gonna make something out of, those tiles. I also got these coasters that are made in Italy, handmade in Italy. They're very lightweight. I don't know how to explain what they are. They're wood, but they're like really lightweight. And they've got these designs. So I got this one, and then I got this one. So these are both, hold on, let me lay them down. These are both like a white, and they got different styles. And like I said, they're very lightweight. Then I got these two that are like green and like this really pretty mint color, because y'all know I'm all about that mint and these colors. So I got these four. So they are very lightweight, flat, once again. Can use them in my home and be something just really different that you can't go buy anywhere else. So I loved those. That was something I got in Sorrento also. And then to go along with those, I went one of my little glass pieces. To go along with those, I got these. And they are the same thing. They were handcrafted in Italy. Very lightweight, and I loved the blue and the green. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put a sawtooth hanger on the back, and I'm going to hang them on the wall. I just thought they were really, really pretty. I love color. There's something different. They're flat, once again. So I'm going to do that with those. A couple other things that are totally touristy. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you ever go to the Amalfi Coast, you need to get this candy. I probably have about 20 cavities just waiting to be filled from this candy. It is so stinking good. If you like lemon heads, these are 1000% better. So good. So we had to bring home lots of these, and I got a couple from my mom and dad because they love lemon candy too, or especially my mom. So we got these. And then lemon soap. And this lemon soap is actually, I'm pretty sure this was actually poured and made in Italy. Yes, this specific one was. Because some of them they're, made in China and sent there to have lemons on them and all the things. But like I tried to get things that were actually made there. So I love the smell of lemon. So I was all about it. So I got some lemon soap for my bathroom. That is what I got. I got one more dress that I didn't show. I got another ornament from Murano that was made by somebody that lives there on that island, that it was lace. And I got another pair of earrings from Paris that were made by a Parisian, handcrafted in Paris by them. And a really cool bracelet from Paris. And I forgot to bring all those out. But that's the majority of it. It's not a lot, but it was over 3 weeks time spread out. And I think I did really good about getting things that I could bring home easily. And, Home Goods carries that same lemon candy. OMG, that's good to know. So, hope y'all enjoyed seeing it. I promised you I would show you, and I thought tonight was the perfect night because I was trying to get all my stuff put up, and I was like, I'm not putting all that up until I get on and show them what I got. Hope it was fun to watch. I can't wait to be back. I'm going to be back tomorrow live again a couple times, just like sharing more about the move. I know y'all been asking a lot about my move to Nashville. I am going to be sharing all about that. And then I'm also going to be sharing all about my trip. I'm going to make it 2 separate lives because that's 2 separate topics. But hope y'all will join me. I will let you know what time when I know. It may only be one of the 2. I don't know if I'll have time. I'm going to do my best. So it was fun to hang out tonight. Thanks so much. What did my kids get for Souvenirs? Good question, Deb. Let me answer that real quick. So they got, Lord bless, what did they get? Oh, I can't even remember. Eden got a couple dresses from the market. She really enjoyed the market with me, and she picked out a couple dresses and a belt, and there's a purse that me and her are going to share. I didn't show it either. Forgot that. Sorry. Just a little purse. And then there's just random stuff that they found here and there that they really liked that, we let them get. They didn't get a ton of stuff because they had to fit it in their carry-on, but they got several little things and several different things that meant something to them. And then obviously I'll frame some of their travel pictures and all that kind of stuff. But it was a great time. I mean, it's not a super kid trip, but I thought they did amazing and they had a good time. So it was super fun, but I'll share more about the trip tomorrow. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye, guys.